Hey guys, this is MB from underdogchance.com and welcome back to my NBA betting mall predictions and projections. Uh, right now I'm sitting at 7-9 with small loss but positive closing line value numbers. The last full season I made projections and made videos was 2 years ago. Last year I didn't make a lot of bets in NBA. But I went, I think, around 13 or 14 units with ROI more than 11%. And I hope that we can also make some profit this season. I don't have such a big goals in NBA. I think this is the one of the sharpest markets in the world. If you have my betting model for NBA, of course you can also check player propositions. I'm not focusing on that, but I hope some of the members can tell me later after the season if this was helpful. I think it should be helpful because we have the players, we have possessions, we have players per minutes, and this is something you can use. So you can use spread betting, totals betting, and also player propositions bets. The biggest challenge right now with NBA are those questionable players, game time decision players. Yesterday, I received an email from one of our members. He said that Embiid was out. I think it was Embiid, right? But one very important thing, right? So if you bet on a team, let's say I don't know, let's take this one, Philadelphia, for example. Okay, if you bet on, or maybe this is not good example. Let's say some other. Okay, let's say Philadelphia. Okay, let's say that you bet on Philadelphia +7. Okay, don't look at these numbers because those are my projections. Let's say that you bet on Philadelphia +7, and then the line drops down to +3.5. Okay, you made a good bet no matter what is the result. If you can keep doing this, you will be a winning bettor. Okay, the wisdom of sports bettor or wise bettors or smart bettors, successful bettors, winning bettors, they make long-term good decisions. And if you can outsmart other bettors, when you take better lines than the rest of bettors who will bet at closing time, then you can expect positive results in the long run. That doesn't mean that maybe this week or this month or maybe this season will be 100% sure profitable. But if you bet for 5, 10 years, if you can constantly outsmart other bettors, if you can beat the closing line, if you use numbers, so you're not relying on gut feelings, then you can expect positive and profitable results. Okay, I'm not saying this to trick you or I don't know. I don't have any other reason to do this to say this because uh, I bet for 25 years. Okay, of course, not every day, not every week, not every month, not even every season was profitable for me. But I believe that I was always striving to make good betting decisions. Okay, sometimes I will lose, sometimes I will win. There will be a lot of losses. But if you always focus on making smart decisions, smart betting decisions that are based on betting models, that are based on numbers, then you can expect positive results and you can expect that you can make money and this can change your life. Okay, so if you make good bets, if your bets rely on numbers, not on gut feelings, not on following other people speaks, just be patient. Okay, be patient, keep doing because you know that you are doing something good and something smart, and the results will come. They might not come exactly this month, this week, but if you can do this in the long run, you will make profit. Okay, and this is how I made profit. This is how I sports betting helped me to escape 9 to 5 years ago, and only because of this. Okay, because when I started betting, I was relying on emotions as well. So I made analysis, and I also made good analysis. But then I also made a lot of bet based on emotions. I was afraid after losing streak, and then I changed the method because I don't know. So no, you should always stick to the to your strategy, 2 plus EV, if you like. So always look for the discrepancies between your numbers and bookmakers' numbers. And once you monitor your work, your numbers, your spreadsheets, your betting models, of course, then you can also see if something is not doing well, then you can change it. Okay, but most of the time, not most of the time, but successful bettors, they simply make good decisions. And not, I would not even say that they make good decisions, because maybe it is even more important that you don't make bad decisions. Okay, so if you don't make bad decisions, if you don't bet on emotions, if you don't panic, then you don't make bad decisions, and this is usually good enough, so you can start winning and jump out of the crowd. Okay. Okay, I hope this couple of words can help you or motivate you or give another perspective on sports betting. And always remember, I'm not telling you this from the books, from theory. This is exactly what I went through. Okay, so I do these numbers for last 20 years every single day. Okay, I can take a couple of days off during the year, but I do these numbers every single day. I see the lines, I see the numbers, I see everything, and everything that I say, it comes from my experience. Okay, some other some other person, I don't know, some other sports bettor who lives in another, I don't know, country, or he has different experience, right? So he's maybe betting on arbitrage. He has different bookmakers. He's maybe, I don't know, using some service. I don't know. We have different opinions. We have different strategies. We have different ways to bet on sports, and that guy will tell you something else, which is completely okay. And I think that every one of us should uh, tell from uh, own personal experiences. Okay, not from the books, not from theory, not from social media posts and something like that. Always listen to bettors who will tell you something from their own betting experiences. Okay, and I just preach what helped me. I just preach what I am sure that will help most bettors in the world. And it is not about becoming new Billy Walters, or I don't know, the best sports bettor in the world, because it is probably, let's say that it is big chance that you will not become the best sports bettor in the world. You will not be the new Billy Walters. I will also not be Billy Walters. So this is not the point. The point is that you get enough information, enough tools, so you can become the best version of a sports bettor you can be. Okay, this is the goal. Um, if you become the best version of yourself as a sports bettor, then you did it all. Okay, so what this means is this, I don't know, 20 units per year, 100 units per year, 1,000 American dollars per year, 10,000, 100,000. This is, it depends, because we all have different starting point. We have different IQ, different EQ, emotional, right? We have different bankrolls. We have different financial status. We have different focus. We have different, I don't know, everything is different. Okay, and the goal is that you make yourself the best version of a sports bettor you can be. Okay, and this is the only thing you can do. Okay, and I simply share what works, what I see works, and what worked for me. Okay, and I will comment now NBA games, because as you will see, only one qualified, but I also added two, but I will comment. Okay, maybe I will take a little bit more risk. I will a little bit speculate again. And NBA is tricky because of the lineups. This is something I already mentioned. It is nothing wrong with betting mall. Betting mall is great. It takes all the lineups, but the information about the players, this is something we don't have, and we need to add them. And bookmakers move the line quickly. Okay, so if you want to bet early, if you want to find positive expected value bets, then we also can speculate a little bit. Okay, so the first game, Oklahoma against Philadelphia. Okay, so there is only one big question. Okay, in this game, uh, will Philadelphia play with Joel Embiid, or if they will not play? Okay, if he will not play. Okay, this is a question, and he's a game time decision. So with him in the lineup, I have Oklahoma City Thunder at minus 2.5. Okay, so this is 4 point difference. Even if he plays, I found some value with Oklahoma City Thunder, but this is still 1 point below my criteria, which is 5 point difference. In the past, I had 7 point difference. Okay, with 7 point difference, you will make projections on a daily basis. You will not find bets, and then after, I don't know, 5 days, you will find a bet. Okay, I think I found. I need to check last spreadsheet. I think I found 100 qualified bets in less, or 120 qualified bets. I think something like 60 50 or something like that was plus 13 units, I think. So you can find 100 such bets, I think, if you're more selective. So if you're less selective with 5 point difference, this is something I'm doing this season. So I'm going a little bit lower with this. I will probably make a little bit more qualified bets, although I think that NBA market is getting sharper and sharper for sports betting, right? And with AI and all the algorithms in next 5 10 years, maybe we can go back to some simple betting models, or some or we tweak the model to find new inefficiencies on the betting market. I don't know what will happen in the next 5 years, and that's why it is very important to focus on the knowledge, because then you can adapt, you can adjust, right? And what I want to say about this game is that if we take out Joel Embiid, okay, then I have Oklahoma City Thunder at -7, and they are home underdog. Okay, so Pinnacle has this line plus 1.5, as well as other bookmakers. So they probably have the information that he might play, but this is also not 100% sure, because we saw uh, already this season that in less, I don't know, in less minutes or less hours, they changed players and they sit them out and they didn't play. Okay, so in both projections, I have small value with Oklahoma, although in the first one it wouldn't be qualified bet. But if we pull out Joel Embiid, I have Oklahoma. So I think that Oklahoma plus 1.5 is a qualified bet. Okay, uh, and of course, if the lines change, also your decision must change. It is not just about blindly following picks. Okay, it is everything. Everything depends on the lines. That's why NBA is a little bit harder to beat, because you need to be quick. So those are projections for the first game. This will be early game, right? Miami Heat against Brooklyn Nets. Okay, I will just check if they are playing on a neutral field. Just a second. Just a second. I will just check it here. Oklahoma uh, tickets. Uh, they are playing. I don't know where they are playing. Oklahoma. The Paycom Center, Oklahoma. Yes, they're playing at home, so everything's completely okay. So they're playing at home. Home field advantage is included, because nowadays you also need to check the venue. Sometimes I forget to check the venue. Sometimes they play in Sweden or in Europe or something like that. So everything looks fine. The only question is a bit. So I will speculate a little bit, and I'm taking Oklahoma plus 1.5. Okay. I also received one question about the bankrolls. Uh, if I bet every single sport with the same unit, no. The answer is no. Okay. Most of my units and most of my money I made is from baseball. You can use 80-20 rule or Pareto rule. that 20% of no 80% of money will come from 20% of your betting analysis. So people would ask why then we should also do other sports. It is very simple, because at some point you can lose the edge, and at the same time you still have other sports. At some point maybe this can change, so you can start losing the edge in baseball, then you can start gaining the edge in esports, in ice hockey, I don't know, whatever, right? And this is why it is much more important that you have the knowledge, so you can jump to other sports. You can change your strategy, you can change the sport, and then of course you can change it. For example, NHL, for last 2 3 years I didn't even make any bet with real money. This season I decided to go with small, very very tiny bankroll. The same with NBA. I'm going with much smaller bankroll to make and hopefully to make profit, some profit, but it is not critical. And how to build bankrolls, how to use sports betting as a tool to build wealth. This is something I already talked many times. The point is not that you rely on sports betting. You want at some point to be in a position so you can only focus on plus CV bets, and you don't care really about single day results or monthly results or whatever, right? Sports betting must become your tool to build wealth. Okay, so I don't need to bet at this moment, so I could just enjoy the winter. But I like to help our members with spreadsheets. I like to do this analysis, and at the same time I like to stay in the condition, because sports betting, it is still one part of my income, and I'm not paying the bills with sports betting. I simply use these profits and reinvest in other assets. So I basically use these assets for expenses, and sports betting should never be the thing that you use for paying monthly bills. Okay, sports betting should always be an extra income stream, which helps you to move risky assets into less risky assets: stock market, real estate, even crypto, your business, your education, so that everything that will give you ROI in the future, even if you invest in yourself. So, for example, if you make in sports betting $1,000 American and you invest $1,000 into yourself, let's say that you buy, I don't know how many books you can get, 20 books. If you buy 20 books, no, 200, no, 20 books, yes, 20, depends on the price, right? 20, let's say 20, okay, 50 books maybe, if one is $20, or I don't know, 30 books, whatever, or a good seminar or good training, then you're investing in yourself, and ROI in the long run is great. If you reinvest sports betting profits right now, everything is going into crypto, into bitcoins. On April or March, April, we have halving, so the price will go up and you can double it, the profit. And this is how you tweak and how you change, how you change the game, right? Most people don't have assets, they don't have stocks, they don't have other investments. And Warren Buffett once said, never put all the eggs in one basket, right? This should be the same in investing overall, and also in sports betting. Never put everything in, I don't know, only in NBA, or you need to have more weapons. Okay, if one weapon is broken, then you have still four weapons with your knowledge, so you can change the game, right? And Once you do this, the game is completely different. Okay, you bet on sports because you love it. You make analysis, it is not a problem. Some people ask me how I make analysis. How do I make analysis? I open the laptop, make a coffee, and then I research numbers, simply as that. So some people will say, okay, I don't have other job. Okay, well, this is also true, but I also had a job in the past. So I was working, then I had free time, and in that free time I was making the numbers. I was analyzing the numbers, right? You can watch movies, you can play PlayStation, you can do whatever. Every single person can do with his own time what he wants. I'm here to teach sport betting, okay? If I would teach you how to play a guitar, I would say, okay, if you want to play a guitar, I don't know, the best way is to, I don't know, train guitar 1 hour per day. Then you can say, oh, I don't have time. Well, I'm not here to uh, to to talk about time management, right? This is something on your own. So time management is your thing, right? I just say what it is needed if you want to be good at playing a guitar or sports betting, right? So it is all possible. It is possible if you work. It is possible if you don't have a work. I have one member who was working whole days, uh, and he had 2 kids, wife, family, and he was making projections for 3 4 sports at the same time. He was learning seminars, reading books, watching my courses, and at the same time he was building his own betting models, made profit. He left a job, right? So this summer, right? I was very happy for him. So it is, everything is possible, right? But we don't have 100 units focus for everything, right? You cannot, I don't know, be an expert for every single thing on this world, right? Some things like sports betting are very competitive markets, or competition is, or competition, if you like, and there must be a decision what you want to do. You want to go with this or not? So it is up to you, right? I try to relate to those who are passionate about sports betting, right? And those who are not, I'm I can show my numbers, I can show my some of qualified bets. Maybe it is interesting, but in the first place, I'm here to help those who are passionate about sports betting, right? And then people ask me also, why are you doing this, right? Well, why we do this? Because if you do something in your life just for yourself, then this is a miserable life, right? The goal is to help others. This is the goal. The goal is not money. The goal is to help others change their lives. You cannot help everyone. Not everyone is qualified to do betting as well. Because at the end of the day, sports betting is all about numbers, probabilities, math. I try to teach sports bettors how they can use numbers on a very simple way. No complex math, no complex coding. You don't need to code, right? Because spreadsheets are very simple. Let's be honest, right? If you check other, I don't know, Python or programming languages, this is something most people will never learn at this stage. Maybe new generation who will maybe know how to code, but we older generations, we will not learn coding, okay? But we can learn spreadsheets. This is completely possible, and this is the least tool that every sports bettor need. We need to get numbers before we bet, right? And my final goal, or my the biggest goal, the one only one goal, is to change people's life. My goal is not to give you picks. My goal is not that you make 100 American dollars. My goal is to change people's lives through numbers, through making profits, to mindsets, to the things that I learned on my way, through the mindset, to the thinking, to the actions that I made, which helped me to escape 9 to 5 and live the life of freedom. And I don't even come from USA, right? So maybe my start was even harder because we have less financial strength. We had less options. So I was born in socialist Yugoslavia, right? So if you live in, let's say, better country or more richer country, you have even more chances to do this, okay? So if I could make it, many of you can also make it, right? So just stay focused and believe in yourself, okay? Where I was, so Miami hit Brooklyn Nets minus 2.5, minus 4, no value. I also checked the lineups. Then we have Atlanta Washington. There is some value with Washington, I believe, maybe +8. Maybe they can cover this. It is 3.5 difference. I checked the lineups. There was no room for speculation, at least with important players. Trae Young is playing. He's not game time decision. Washington Wizards, the same thing with players. So I don't see any room for speculation and to change players' lineups, right? Then we have Los Angeles Lakers and Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, as you see, I made three, no, four. I made four different projections. Okay, I made four different projections. This one is projection if all the players play. So I'm focusing on three important players: Donovan Mitchell for Cleveland, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. So I have the lineups. So I will show you, right. Okay, I will put it here. Okay, and so if we go to the lineups, as you see, one projection is without Donovan Mitchell and without Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and this one is also without Donovan Mitchell. So how I analyze these games, how I project these games, I simply check the lineups and then I put the right players into the lineup, right? And once you change the players, the projected spreads will also change. Okay, makes sense. So the first projection was if Donovan Mitchell is playing for Cleveland, LeBron James is playing for Lakers, and Anthony Davis is also playing for Lakers. Those three players are game time decision. Okay, at least this is something I saw on daily NBA lineups pages. Okay, you can double check it. Maybe I made a mistake, but they so first projections is with all those players in. The second projection I made without Donovan Mitchell. Okay, still Cleveland at home, or it could be close game. Okay, at least based on my projections. Then the third projection, I said, okay, I will make an analysis if Cleveland is playing without Donovan Mitchell and if Lakers are playing without LeBron James. And I have Cleveland at minus 5.5. Okay, we still have minus 3.5 from bookmakers. And then I made projection. So no Donovan Mitchell, no LeBron James, and no Anthony Davis. And I have Cleveland at minus 9. So I am taking Cleveland minus 3.5, although we have only 1.5 difference in my initial projection. Okay, I hope it makes sense. I'm speculating that those three players might not play. So if Cleveland will play without their best player, and if Lakers will play without their two best players, I have Cleveland close to 10-point difference. So all other players are better than Lakers players, at least based on my projections. This is why I am taking Cleveland minus 3.5. Okay. If you make your own analysis, if you have my own betting model, so this is where you can be better than me or better than the rest. You can get better information about the players. Okay. This is something we don't have. Okay. So this is something you need to check on the Twitter, on the websites, on the news websites, and then reproject the lines and catch good lines, maybe on some other bookmakers who are a little bit more slow to move the line. Okay, but you can find this advantage. Then we have Pelicans Jazz. No value, as you see. My numbers and bookmakers numbers are basically the same. And the last game, Dallas Mavericks against Los Angeles Clippers. Not 2.5, but it is minus 2.5, 2.5. You can get LA Clippers at 1.9, at 2.5, or you can get two Clippers at 2. This is, I think, 1.98, so minus 102, and this is minus 110, right? So, of course, the odds are smaller, but you get half point, and if you get one half point for decent price, we have 5-point difference. I have LA Clippers as a small favorite. Bookmakers have them as a small underdog, so it is 5-point difference. So I'm going really down with these points differences, and this is something I never did before, but I will do this season. So I will need to be a little bit more creative with the information about the players. So nothing wrong with betting mall, because betting mall will do his job, and without betting mall we don't see the numbers, we don't see the value, but we need to give him the information. Okay, and this information, whatever it is, right, and based on this information there are some values with these three games. So we have two under the whole, so all three games are home teams, right? Two home underdogs and one home favorite. Okay, these lines might change and move in one or another direction. The last game, I don't believe that it will change much, but first two games might go into other directions as well, because we have there are four important players questionable. So in Embiid in the first game, in Cleveland and Lakers, we have Donovan Mitchell, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Okay, so this was a little bit longer video. I hope you got some information, some ideas, and whatever decide to take. I wish you good luck, and remember, always make smart bets. Try to find good information, put into the betting model, and the model will project the numbers for you, and then select the best bets. Okay, so that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.